Peace and love, peace and love. It's your boy Canine with the first episode of my channel, which is called Canine. So the purpose of my channel is to talk about the pet industry. I'm a person who was a dog handler, but at one point I also had a dog walking company, and I've worked many jobs as a dog handler in my 14 years in the industry, right? So let's get straight to it, because this is a very I'm not gonna say it's a recent industry. Not so many people knew about it back then when I started. I started around like 2010, 2011. Not so many people was on to getting a job at a doggy daycare and stuff like that. And I started off in New York. I'm currently in Atlanta now. It has expanded into different franchises, as far as the doggy daycare realm. You see many different doggy daycares. Some is shit and some is excellent, and I can tell you, and I'm not going to lie about it. And this is for educational purposes only. It's not to belittle or defame any company or whatever. This is just a review of any company that I might have worked for. Not in this video, but I'm just saying overall. So y'all can know what jobs y'all want to work in this industry. So the first thing you want to know, is this worth it? Is it worth your time? Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you, right? It's a little rough on your time, right? Because you're not going to get paid if you're employed. You're not going to get paid what you should get paid. I'm going to be honest with you, And I work with a company right now. It's not to say that they don't pay me. Yes, I do get paid for my work. But other facilities that I've worked with, majority of them don't pay you the way that you think you should get paid with the amount of work, because you're dealing with live animals that rely on you. There's outbreaks that happen, like parvo outbreaks, giardia. I've seen parvo outbreaks. I've seen giardia outbreaks. I've seen kennel cough outbreaks. It gets real strenuous because you have to deep clean all the time, until you feel confident enough to operate the facility normally, right? So there's a lot of risk factors in this where it makes you feel like you deserve to get paid more. And, it doesn't make you feel good. I'm not going to front. It makes you feel like, what are you working for? So that has been the majority of my experience in the industry. The only way you can survive this is if you love this type of work. I love this work. So I don't think about the money. I just think about taking care of the animals, because this is what I do. I've been doing this since I was young. I'm 35 years old. What I'm saying? I've been doing this since my early 20s, just the genesis of my 20s. I've been doing this. So, and there's been times where I did take a break. I'm not going to front. And I did other things. Like I worked at a Bath and Body Works before. I hated it. What else I worked? I worked at a car rental down here before. Hated it. This is just something that I love. If I don't love the work, I'm not going to do it. Because it's a waste of time. I'm not going to put that quality work in, and it's going to make me look unprofessional. That's why I love this industry, right? So, yes, if you plan on doing this, if you're trying to become, be in the pet field, this is excellent. If you're trying to open up a dog walking business or something, you want to work. You want to work for facilities. You want to work for a dog walking company, because it's going to give you the knowledge that you need. And you're going to see all the burnout possibilities that you may have, because burnout is something that is serious in this industry. Burnout will make you literally quit your job. I've seen people quit. There was a point in time, I'm not going to front, I had got attacked by a pit bull when I was working at an animal shelter. But they were also understaffed, but they still wanted me to come in. And it was like, I quit. I can't. I'm tired. I love these dogs to death. I never want to put myself in a position where I have to quit. But, this is that type of industry where it's not no joke. This ain't something where you just want to come in here and say, hey, I need a job. No, you got to, if you need a job, it got to be on some shit where, bro, you're down bad. Seriously, And I didn't disclose this, but on my channel, I do curse. And also, I'm a stoner, so you may catch me smoking. I'm just being honest. I'm not here to please y'all. I'm here to give information. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about a fan base. This is something that I felt like I should have been having discussions about, because I see a lot of people complaining about this industry. So instead of people complaining, I'm going to tell y'all what it's about. You know, if you don't love this industry, don't be a part of it. You know, even if you're trying to open a business, yes, that's more lucrative, but the grind and the grit, these clients that may feel like they have a sense of entitlement, which they do because, you know, they're paying clients, you know, you're going to have to deal with all that. You know, this ain't no game. Like, y'all might think that the dogs is the hard part. No, it's the actual people. The actual people, because, you know, if you're working for somebody, you know, there's going to be people that don't enjoy the work, but they need the job. And it's going to hinder you because y'all have to clean these facilities. You have to run the dogs. And if y'all not on the same page, it's going to be complete chaos. It's going to be complete chaos. I've seen this so many times. You know, it's happened to me. Like, my first job, Biscuits and Bath, right, in New York City. It was this one day where literally from there, I just kept overtiming, like, for like, I feel like it was like 3 months or something, because people kept quitting and calling out. So I was doing positions I wasn't even trained for. Like, I was originally a dog handler, then I got promoted to overnight dog care supervisor, but then somebody kept calling out and eventually they quit. So I ended up being the daycare dog care supervisor mixed with the overnight dog care supervisor. So, you know, I had to work both shifts, and then people were still calling out on the dog care supervisor shift. And then next thing you know, they had dog walking services too. People called out on that. I was the only one willing to pick up shifts. So I almost like did every single position except for the front desk positions at Biscuits and Bath. I've done every single position there. You know, and I don't know if they had a vet tech at the time, but any handler, any supervision position, any bathing position, I've done it. I've done that at Biscuits and Bath with no training. I just had they needed me. You know, and then, no, that's the only way you'll make money, really, overtiming. And they be trying to stop that now because a lot of facilities is getting aware of turnover rates with this industry, and, you know, they be having to call people in. So what they do now is overhire, so they don't have to do the whole overtime thing. So, you know, and I don't really believe in that. You know, I feel like if somebody is willing to work, pay them. Yes, pay them. You know, because if you're paying them, they're going to feel entitled to be loyal to you. You know, and that's something that you want if you're operating a business. You want people to be reliable. You want them to know that they're not going nowhere. You know, because that's what's the traumatizing part about this industry. People quit. They quit on shift. You know, don't be a lead, because a lead is they feel it the worst. Like, outside of management feel things, but the lead is like the middle ground, like, because they dealing with the handlers and they're dealing with management directly, like whoever the operations manager is or whatever the case is. So, you know, if a handler F up, you get in trouble. If you F up, you get in trouble. If things is just in disarray, you're just getting in trouble. You're going to hear it from management. And then 9 out of 10 times in this industry, right? And I feel like this may go on in different occupations, but the fact that I only work with dogs and only work with 2 jobs where I didn't deal, 3 jobs really. I worked a foster care agency as well. Those are the only 3 jobs where I didn't deal with dogs, you know. So I don't know the system with that, but I know in the pet industry, the management is usually a cult of friends or something like that, whether they be a roommates or they just been working together for a while, or that was a friend and they put them on. There's always some bull crap, and even if they're wrong, you know, it's best to leave them alone. Don't even challenge them. Get your money and whatever you need. If you did to get experience, get that and get the hell out of there, because you're not gonna be happy. But I'm gonna keep it short. You know, this is what we're gonna be discussing, right? So do your due diligence, study, like, you know, what you want to do eventually, because if you go too far in this industry, this will be a career, and you don't want to start a career late in your life. Like, I have to do this. Don't get me wrong, I know I do handyman work and other things, but this stuff came later in my life. I've been doing this for a very long time, and it took me a minute to realize like I have to do other things to make money as well. I can't just because I love these dogs don't mean this is the only thing that I'm good at, you know. And I woke up and I realized I'm good at plumbing, I'm good at building things and stuff of that nature. So when I actually need some money where I'm in a bind, you know, being that I'm just doing 9 to 5s and establishing my business legally through documentation, you know, like things could get rough sometimes. So at times I do have to go install a toilet for somebody or help build the shed with a contractor. So, you know, but that's it. I'm going to leave y'all with that. I'll have more episodes. I'm going to try to do this every day. If not, I'll have a video for y'all every week. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have a good one.